Played baseball growing up. Did you know that the dimensions to a baseball field are just whatever? It's completely true. Every Major League Baseball field is different. The infield's always the same, 90 feet to each base. But the outfield fence, they just make it up. This is 100% true. To hit a home run in Fenway Park, the Boston Red Sox have got to hit that ball 302 feet. Houston Astros, on the other hand, Minute Maid Park, they have to hit the ball 436 feet. That's a 45% difference. And no one ever talks about it. Like, maybe there's a reason why the Red Sox have been to 13 World Series. And the Astros were swept in one. It's like, hey guys, there's no rule. Move in your fence. Make it easier on yourselves. A 45% difference. Can you imagine if any other sport just decided to start doing that? There'd be an uproar, right? You see that excited NBA coach? Hey, great news, guys. We're playing in Chicago this week. The rims there are only 5.5 feet tall.
Playing baseball in the driveway like 2 or 3 days later, right? We play the tennis ball. He's pitching, and I'm batting, and I hit a line drive right back at him, smacks him right in the face. Yeah, I could tell he was hurt instantly, right? His eyes were all welling up with tears, right? So right after I got to first, boom, I'm over there checking, right? I didn't laugh, I didn't giggle, I didn't stretch that into a double. That was a double, all right? That ball got away. I'm just like, way to keep your eye on the ball, son. Good job. Yeah. He laughed more at that than you did. Anyway. He plays sports now. He's a big sports fan now. He plays baseball, right? He started playing Little League Baseball. I don't know if any of y'all's kids play Little League sports or youth sports at all, but he started playing baseball, and so I had to start assistant coaching on his Little League Baseball team, right? Because that's the rule. If you want your kid to play, you coach, right? Otherwise, they're watching the coach's kid play. You know? All right? Do any of y'all coach your kids in sports? A couple of you? Yeah. It's an interesting thing, right? You're torn, right, between, first of all, it's weird because I love my son literally more than anything on the planet, and I don't even really like other people's kids that much. But it's easier to be nice to other people's children than it is your own when you're coaching them, right? Like one of them makes a mistake. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it, Sterling. Keep your head up, man. Get your glove down. Do your prep steps. You're going to get the next one. Come on, man. You're getting better, I promise you. Oh, and Mrs. One, I'm like, oh, and how many times I got to tell you to do this right? Wife's like, you can't be yelling at him. I'm not yelling at him, all right? I'm coaching him. All right? You remind me of that famous quote, honey. I wish that my parents had coddled me more and not pushed me to be better at things. Yeah, that is a quote from no successful person ever, okay? I'm just trying to get him to do basics, right? My wife's like, you can't get so frustrated at these kids for not doing the basics, Tom. They couldn't even wipe their own butts a couple years ago. Like, honey, there are kids their age in China making iPhones right now, okay? They should be able to hit a cutoff, man. Let's go! Tuck your glove when you throw, or I'm going to have you stitching them in Indonesia with the other children. And I try to keep it light, but they don't always get my sense of humor. I'm like, hey, Ryan, you are leading the league in CWO average, buddy. Really? What's that, coach? Cries went out. Okay, stop it. Yes. So we found the biggest way to win, and it was to just focus on the fundamentals, right? Keep your glove down. Tuck your glove when you throw, and take your ADD medication on time. You know? Yes, it's the truth. And the hardest part about coaching, right, is what? The other parents, right? Yes, everybody thinks their kids are going to the major leagues. None of your kids are going to the major leagues, all right? Especially the ones being coached by a comedian and is part-time, okay? It's not happening. But they're all like, you're yelling at the kids too much. You're not yelling at the kids too much. You're the same guy. What are you talking? Got this kid, and it's always the kids that never want to listen. They're the ones that think they're the best. We got this kid, Tyler. Coach, I should be pitching more. I'm the best pitcher on this team. Well, we're pitching the best pitchers on this team. You're good, but you haven't been doing what we've been trying to tell you, so we can't really use you. I'm the best pitcher, coach, by far. I should be pitching more. Do you want to look at the stats? Look, here's the stats right here. I got them on Game Changer. Look at that. You have the worst strike percentage of the pitchers on our team. The worst strike percentage, right? You have the highest ERA, and you have the most walks per inning. So you're like our worst pitcher on this team. Yeah. Oh, my God. Now his mom is furious. She's emailing the league trying to get the volunteer assistant coach fired. You know what I'm saying? He's traumatized my son. Really? I traumatized your son? It wasn't the 3 divorces and the time you slept with the coach's dad? That didn't traumatize him? Seriously? No, if he'd have talked to my son that way, I'd have gone at him with a baseball bat. Really? Bring it on. All right? If your swing is anything like your son's, you have a 0.37 chance of hitting me, okay? Yes. So those of you who've coached laughed the hardest at that joke. And then you got to walk that line, right, between supportive dad and disappointed coach. Be riding home after a game, Owen's in the back seat like, hey, buddy, you know when you lollygagged that pass ball, let the winning run score, cost us the game. And that really reminded me how great you're getting at Fortnite. All right, keep that up. Yes. My son loves comedy, but he doesn't always get my sense of humor, I can tell you that. I'm riding with him in the car, and there's one of those guys in like a chicken suit standing out the road, spinning like a 50% off arrow and dancing around. Owen looks up and he's like, Daddy, what's he advertising? College. Yeah, so I'm laughing. I'm like, hey, remember that. I got to write that down. That'll be funny in Daddy's hat, college. Owen's like, I don't get that. How's that even funny? College. Because if he'd went to college, he wouldn't be out there spinning a sign, okay? Stay in school. He thought about it for about 30 seconds. He goes, you know what, Daddy? You're not as funny as Brian Regan. I'm like, that's all right. You're not as good as your buddy Zach in baseball. Got the stats right here.
Well, this is wonderful. Baseball season here, yeah? Baseball. Love it. So excited. I do. I'm a Giants fan, and I like to picture like all my old favorite actors who aren't with us anymore playing baseball in heaven. That's how I visualize them. Even like Harry Carey from the Cubs is up there, right? He's like, hey, everybody, it's a great day for baseball. And Budweiser. Let's go down to the field to get a weather report from Louis Armstrong. I see skies of blue. Thank you, Louis. That's all we need. Howard Cosell, introduce the players. Thank you, Harry. In right field, we have none other than Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, right field, left field, as long as I'm playing the field, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Last time I dropped a ball was in the men's room. Hey. Over in center field, we have none other than Jimmy Stewart. Well, come on now. Throw out the first pitch. It's not like we've got an eternity. Wait a minute, we do have an eternity. Hey, Mary. Over in left field, we have John the Duke Wayne being heckled by a fan from the stands. Well, look here, Missy. You can't keep running out on the field and slapping me on the behind. Oh, shut up, you old poop. You know you love it. Now get out there and go, go, go. At shortstop, we have Dean Martin, and at second base, Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. Like, hey, man, maybe if you put down your martini, we could turn a double play. Like, hey, little buddy, maybe if you took out your glass eye, we could turn a double play. When that sun hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's distracting. Over at third base, we have the chairman of the board, Mr. Frank Sinatra. Hey, you two, stop goofing around, 'cause heaven is my kind of town. Thank you. Just brought up from the Hells Angels at first base, Mr. George Carlin. Hey, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third. It's enough to make a guy want to use 7 dirty words. At pitcher, we have the Tonight Show host, Mr. Johnny Carson. True story. I don't know if you know this. I once threw a no-hitter. That's right. It was after my third marriage. I went to a dinner party and did not hit on one woman the entire night. Ed, glad you're here. Running out to the mound to have a word with Johnny is catcher Elvis Presley. Here's the deal, John, man. You got to hit the glove. Bring it up a little. He's throwing the dirt. Glove me tender, glove me true. And behind the plate at umpire is none other than Clint Eastwood. Dang it, for the last time, I'm not dead yet. There you go. That's baseball in heaven. Cheers.
I went to Kansas City, which is good. Anybody been to Kansas City? It's a very fun town, very good food, very good music. And I wanted to go to this museum. a baseball museum. It's called the Negro Baseball Museum. It's very quiet in here right now. And I wanted to go, and I was working with a black comedian, and I wanted to invite him, but I didn't know how to word the invite. Right? I don't know who's cool with what words. So I was like, hey man, do you want to go to the baseball museum here in town? And he's like, what baseball? I was like, oh, there's a baseball museum. You might love it. He's like, oh, the Hall of Fame? And I said, no, that's in New York. This is more of a... And he said, oh, the Negro Baseball Museum. I said, yeah, that's it. You said it. I didn't say... And he said, man, you can say the word Negro. It's in the title of the establishment, you know? It's on the wall. I said, okay, well, I've seen words on walls before that, you know, I don't... And he said, we got to end the ignorance. You got to stop. You got to be able to have a free exchange of ideas. And, you know, it's okay if you're asking questions. It's the maliciousness where you get in trouble. And so I said, okay, well, do you want to go to the Negro Baseball Museum? And he's like, no, not with a white guy. So I was like, okay, all right, we'll end the ignorance tomorrow, I guess.
I got to tell you, I'm worried about the next generation. I really am. I think if we keep coddling children, this is what we're going to see in this overprotected society in just a few years. Welcome back to Millennial Baseball, where the California Crybabies are going up against the Colorado Snowflakes. Tension is high in the bottom of the sixth as our batter going out to the mound, to the plate rather, has self-esteem issues, and if the umpire calls a strike, he'll be guilty of a hate crime. But if the pitcher throws a ball, he'll take a self-soothing timeout. Here's the pitch. Oh, the batter connects. It's a short hopper over to right field, but currently the entire outfield is gathered in a resistance protest over in the far left. So the first baseman runs back, scoops up the ball, takes a photo and a selfie, and posts it on Instagram. He throws a heater over to second base, but the second baseman trips over the leash of their emotional support animal. So the runner rounds their way to third. The third base life coach waves him into home, which is where he'll be staying 5 minutes after he graduates. The second baseman gets the ball, wipes off the slobber, throws it home, the runner slides, and the umpire calls him out. But to keep it fair, both teams score 1 run each here on Millennial Baseball.
People want to know, do we have children together? I'm like, yes, stepman. They're like, no, together. I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah, we got an 11-year-old. We call him Real Kid. Real Kid has anger issues. It was cute at first because he's little now. We're like, he might need help. Super jealous. All you do is tell jokes about stepman. I'm like, well, do something funny then. I coach his little league team. That's not enough. They call me Coach Fro because I can't fit the hat. I just said it all the time. Oh my gosh, have you ever coached little league kids? Man, they're the most entitled people you'll ever meet in your life. They all got these expensive equipment backpacks, but they don't care what they put inside. They're like 9, 10, and 11. Child on my team goes up to bat. I don't see it at first. I'm like, wait, no. You can't go up to bat with a Spider-Man mask. He flips out. Oh. Goes in the dugout, reveals his identity. All the players are like, Ryan! His own mother was like, I thought he left. He puts on a helmet, he gets up to bat. While he's up to bat, the other team's pitcher starts crying. I'm like, what's going on? This is weird. Coach, go talk to your kid. The coach runs out there, he's talking to him for like 60 seconds. He waves me over, I'm like, no. He's like, get over here. I'm like, all right. So I go to the mound. It's the coach, the kid, and me. I'm like, what's going on? Why is he crying? He's like, well, he's always wanted to pitch to Spider-Man. I'm like, Ryan, go put your mask back on. Real Kid, put down the lightsaber. coaching. It's so rewarding. It's like what I want to do, like later in stand-up. When I'm done with stand-up, I want to coach, you know? And here's the thing, you don't know, we're volunteers. We do this because we love it, so we don't need your requests. Because guess what? Anyone can coach. You don't have to have experience. You just gotta fill out the background check. And guess what? They don't even care how you fill it out. You just fill it out and turn it in and they're, whoa, a murder? Yeah, but it wasn't a kid. Oh, get on in here. I love coaching every season. On the first day of practice, I hold a mandatory parents meeting. Mandatory. So I can find out who the finest moms are and see what children I'm gonna help the most. Little Ray on my team's like, Coach Bro, can you help me with my swing? I'm like, I've seen your mom, you're on your own. Man, he was my assistant coach, but he quit because they made him pay for his food at the snack bar. I try to be straightforward with the kids as much as I can. I hate when my other coaches aren't, because kids, they get afraid when they're up the back, and my coaches just say stuff like, hey, hang in there, don't be afraid, it's not gonna hurt. I'm like, it's gonna hurt. It's a hard ball. That's why they call it that, But I get it, they're terrified, like I was when I played my one game of Little League. I got hit, it was over. But the worst thing is when a child gets hit by the pitch, because it is not supposed to be funny. But the problem is baseball's technique. The ball's coming at you, you brace and you turn. That's how you properly get out the way. But they get out the way improperly, and the worst place a kid can get hit is the center of the back. And I hate it when I see it because they're afraid. And they're like, and they turn, And the worst thing you can do when you're holding in your laugh is look at another person.
My dad has that shirt. I know. I thought you were him, and then I realized you're making eye contact with me. My dad didn't want me to do stand-up, did you, Pop? My dad wanted me to be a professional baseball player when I grew up, right? That's what fathers want for their boys, right? First thing he did as my Little League coach, you know what he did? Put me in right field. Yeah, you know fake dad, right? That's where you put the crappiest kid on your team. He put my little brother, Sean, at shortstop. Best position on the team. This is how my childhood went. You ready? This is my dad, all right? He's like, good throw, Sean. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's my son. He got 2 outs by himself. Youngest person on the team. That is my blood. That's my boy. Good job, Sean. What is he doing? Spencer! Turn around! The inning is over. What is he doing? I was petting a cow through the fence. You are the biggest dog I've ever seen. I was an idiot. I didn't say I didn't deserve to be out in right field. I was an idiot. My little brother Sean learned how to ride his bike 3 days before I did. He's a year and a half younger than me. He learned 3 days before I did. I had training wheels on the back and the front tires. You guys ever seen that? I'm not making that up. I had 6 wheels on my bike. I had a semi-truck as a kid.
My family, we're big baseball fans in our family. We got any baseball fans here? Oh, all right. That's a lot. That's a lot for baseball. Not that popular. So that's good. Braves, congratulations. Congratulations. Are you a Braves fan? Oh, you are. Excellent. I'm a Yankee fan. Okay. All right, fair enough. Listen, let me tell you, I missed that boo. Like, when the sports shut down, I'm a big sports fan. When they first shut down during the initial, March 2020, I turned off all the push notifications on my phone for ESPN and Bleacher Report because I felt like it was like an ex texting me. And I'm like, unless we're getting back together, I cannot hear from you. Till we set a date, I can't do this. So I was in this meditation group, and I realized 10 days into this meditation group, it was on Zoom, I didn't know any of the people in it. I realized 10 days in, all these women were based in Boston. So I started wearing Yankee gear to the meditation, just hoping somebody would boo me so I could feel whole again. But they didn't, so thank you, sir. I appreciate that boo. I'm like, the rivalry's real. It's good. So, the big story that happened in baseball, the big story before the pandemic, was that the 2017 Houston Astros stole signs to win the World Series. Yes, huge scandal in baseball, right? I told this to a friend of mine. I was like, can you believe it? They stole signs. And she was like, well, then, Megan, how would people know how to get to the ballpark? Now, I realize some of you are laughing and some of you are like, that's a valid question. How would you know? And I'm like, no, not the signs for the ballpark. I was like, the signs, like Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, League of Their Own, the signs. And she goes, all right, I get it. And here's the thing. These guys, right, they got in a ton of trouble for this, ton of trouble. But I think they should be applauded. I'm like, a group of men that can read signs? Yes, thank you. Like, pretty impressive, right? I think if you can figure out that, this means curveball, you should be able to figure out that this means I'm tired and I want to go home. Yeah. I wanted to go with you an hour ago, but now I just want to leave you here. I'm wearing a skin-tight dress. It feels like a corset. I can barely breathe. I did my hair. I did my makeup. I did this all for you, but somehow you missed all the signs for a home run, got too drunk, and now nobody's going to round the bases.
I grew up in Chicago listening to a baseball announcer by the name of Harry Carey. Did you guys ever hear of Harry Carey? He did the Cub games. He was drunk by the third inning. He'd say stuff like, hi, here comes Sandberg around third, safely into second. What? Second? We got a shutout brewing in from Milwaukee. The end of 7, the Indians 5, the Packers 2. Packers? How many beers have you had? The game was incidental to the story he was telling. I was on Rush Street last night. I closed the one bar, went across the street at a taco at the Greasy Spoon. That's a triple play. Anyway, I had too many jalapeno peppers. I get indigestion, that's a fastball off Grace's head, both benches empty. So, I'm looking for the Pepto-Bismol. He's on a stretcher, I think he's dead. Finally, I got a hold of some Kaopectate. Once I'm watching a game and out of nowhere he goes, hey, check out the kid in the sombrero. There's a good-looking youngster, huh? What does that have to do with anything? He would mention everybody in the park. Moose Lodge 132's here today from Waukegan, Illinois. Hey, the Pope's here today. Must be Big Hat Day here at Wrigley. Wear a big hat, getting free. A couple kids were poking the Pope in the back of the head. I guess they couldn't see the game with this big hat and all. And he just reeled around and gave the one kid an elbow to the forehead. And I don't blame the guy. I mean, here's a guy, there's a throw to first. Here's a guy who's worked his whole life to get to where he is. They give him a hat, let him wear the hat. Harry Carey was doing a game once with Jack Buck, right? Another Hall of Fame announcer. So Harry's doing the play-by-play. He goes, there's the windup, the pitch. He struck him out. Wait a minute. It's a smash down the third baseline. Third baseman has it. Steps on 3 for 1, the second for 2, first for 3, triple play. Holy cow. And Jack Buck says, no, Harry, he actually did strike him out. They're just throwing it around the infield.
I've always kind of been a bit of a chubby kid. My parents used to try to come up with creative ways for me to get exercise. I wanted to play Little League football. But my mom wouldn't let me play because she was afraid I would get hurt. But she signed me up for what she thought was the next best thing. You might be thinking, basketball? No. Flag football? No. She signed me up for clogging. Clogging. It was terrible. I hated it. I was terrible at it. You guys, we had to dance to Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top at Christmas festivals. And I felt like a fraud because I was not a sharp-dressed man. Now, I was a chubby kid wearing white tap shoes, white jeans, and a shiny blue metallic shirt with white tassels all over it. You guys, I was the original Honey Boo Boo. I was the first. I did get to play Little League Baseball when I was a kid. That was cool. And it was back in the days when Gatorade first started becoming really popular. So we all thought if we drank a ton of Gatorade, we'd become amazing athletes like Michael Jordan. So before one of my games, I had like 3 Gatorades, and I was feeling great. Until about the 5th inning. That's when it hit me right about here. And I ran over to my coach. I was like, Coach, you gotta take me out of the game. I've gotta go to the bathroom right now. And he goes, this ain't basketball, boy. If I take you out of the game, you're done for the day. Now, you wanna be an all-star, or you wanna have a pee? Of course, I was like, I wanna be an all-star, Coach. He goes, good. Then you get your butt back out there and you sweat that pee out. And you guys, I tried. I honestly tried. But the human bladder can only hold so much liquid. Plus, they had sprinklers going on the next field over. So I was in the middle of going, hey, bladder, 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 bladder. When it just kind of released. Yeah. Wasn't much I could do about it either. I untucked my jersey and held my glove over the spot and just prayed that it would dry before anybody saw what happened. Unfortunately, I was playing first base. Right by the bleachers. And there was a kid on first, and he was leading off trying to steal second. And the pitcher saw that, so he threw me the ball so I could tag him out. Well, the kid slid back into first. He was safe. But while he was down on the ground, he looked up and saw what I had done. And he goes, you peed your pants. So I looked down and said, you just slid through it. Got a little right here, by the way.
I hope I'm not alone. Was anybody else here a fat kid growing up? Anybody? Yeah, okay. Clap it up if you were. All right, it's a safe place. It's okay. I noticed most of you didn't clap. I'm assuming you are the bullies. That's okay. That's good for me. It's what they call exposure therapy. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, too. Probably the worst nickname I ever had as a little fat kid was in Little League. One time, the opposing team nicknamed me Big Nasty. That's so mean. Big Nasty kind of sounds like something you get on the secret menu at Five Guys. But it's such a mean nickname for a kid, right? For a 9-year-old, it means large and disgusting, you know? It was tough. I remember that whole season. Every time I'd be up to the plate, you know, I'd just be praying I'd get a base hit, or at least just to make contact, a foul tip, anything to not embarrass myself. And the other team would be out there in the field, and the chanting would begin. Hey, Big Nasty, come on, Big Nasty. He's big and he's nasty. Hey, Big Nasty. That's not a feel-good chant. But it's kind of fun to sing, I'll admit it. Because other people started joining in, it got louder. I remember hearing it, hey, Big Nasty, come on. And I realized they're chanting in the dugout. Come on, you're my own team. Then it spread to the stands. He's big and he's nasty. Hey, shut up, Dad. It did not inspire confidence at the plate. I'd usually strike out looking, hang my head in shame, walk back to the dugout, talk to my only friend, little Debbie.
You guys remember about 20 years ago when George W. Bush was given that presser in Iraq and that guy threw the shoes at him from the back of the room? He pulled his shoe off and he fired a strike, man. Just a fastball right over the plate. And W was like, pop. Then he pulled a second shoe off a second later and he fired another strike right over the plate. And he was like, boom, pop. And I thought, man, yeah, that was pretty regal. He didn't flail, he didn't turn, he didn't do anything. He just slipped both those loafers. You know? Tassel, tassel. And I thought, I miss those days. Because you throw a shoe at Joe Biden, you will kill the man. You throw a shoe at Joe Biden, he's going to be the rotunda on Sunday, and you'll be Leavenworth for the rest of your life. And I don't even think it would take a dress shoe. I think one well-placed slipper. One of Mike Lindell's, rugged yet handsome. But I was watching that tape of the guy throwing the shoe, and he was in the back of an auditorium. He was like 50 feet away, pulled one shoe off, fired it, and then he pulled the next one off on the run and fired another strike right over the plate. And I was like, look, you may disagree with that guy politically, but he had a cannon for an arm. Give him his due, man. That guy played ball, right? And I was like, that guy played ball in high school. I used to play baseball. I was like, okay, that guy played Little League, Pony League, probably some high school ball, because you don't pick that throwing motion up in your 40s. That's from when you're a little tyke, you know? I was like, yeah, he definitely grew up playing ball. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. It's Iraq. It's the Middle East. They don't play baseball there. They play soccer. They kick the ball. They don't throw the ball. And I was like, where did that guy get that magnificent throwing motion? Oh, he's been stoning women since he was 6. He was probably his village's champion stoner of women. They would go to him when he was a lad. They'd go to his hut and be like, Habib, we caught some lady reading. Yeah, bring your gravel. I had a whole life for this guy worked out. I figured he got recruited to Hamas right out of high school. Had an injury, had to get the Tommy Jihad surgery during the off-season. They kicked him down to AAA. ISIS picked him up. He flamed out. Never saw the show.
So before every Little League game that my kids play, I tell them, no matter what happens in the game tonight, kids, Daddy's always going to love you, win or tie. So... my kids know that my love language is sarcasm, so they understand that win or tie means that they can strike out 1,000 times, and Daddy's always going to love them. They know, I mean, they get it. They get it. Like win or tie, they know they can strike out 1,000 times. I mean, the night they strike out every time they're going to ride home with Grandma, because, I mean, I'm not going to be seen with them, but... You know, let's get real.
My mom's a character, but she's a good lady. I think we're gonna keep her. She, actually, she's adorable. My mom has a boyfriend now, which is still a little weird for me because my parents are still married. But I just want to make sure you're paying attention. No, but he's a big sports fan, and my mother knows nothing about sports my whole life. This is the woman who would drive me to Little League and say, "Okay, call me when you're done with baseball rehearsal." Like she had no idea. She's one of those people who calls halftime intermission. You know what I'm talking about? She's just like, hey, I hope you hit a touchdown. It's a home run, Mom. But so that's what we're dealing with here. Anyway, so he's a big sportsman, so she's trying to pretend to for his interest, but she still doesn't know stuff. So a couple weeks ago, I called. They were watching the Yankees game, and the Yankees were playing the Baltimore Orioles. And I called her and said, oh, hi, sweetie. It's good to hear from you. Listen, we can't talk right now. We're watching the Yankee game, but I thought you'd like to know that the Yankees are up 5-3 over the Oreos. Not the Orioles, the bird, the Oreos, the cookie. She thought that was the name of the team. I didn't have the heart to tell her. I was like, oh, that's great, Mom. I'm watching the Mets game. They're tied with the Fig Newtons, so I'm going to get back to that. But I can come over tomorrow and we can watch the Chips Ahoy Malamar game together. That'll be fun. So she's learning.
But of course, we got married, had to combine all of our stuff. So What was hers is now ours. What was mine is now for sale at Goodwill. And we have all kinds of stuff. We have her family stuff. Okay? My wife's grandpa played baseball for the St. Louis Cardinals. So we have a lot of old baseball memorabilia. Okay? One of the things we have is his cup. I know. When I try to get rid of it, my wife says, no, it's part of baseball history. I grabbed it, threw it in the garbage. I was like, well, now it's history. Okay? She takes it out of the garbage and goes, no, do not throw this away. It has value. And I'm trying not to laugh at her while she's shaking a used cup at me. And I said, I will have that thing appraised and prove to you it does not have value. She said, no, do not have this appraised. Then she fell asleep and I had it appraised. And I take it in and the guy goes, what year? Did he play for the Cardinals? I was like, it was early 50s. He goes, okay, the company that made this cup went into business in 1984. So we just have some guy's cup. And I can't tell my wife. She'll know I went against her orders. It's just going to keep being passed down through the family. My son will be a 4th generation cup bearer.
People always assume I'm tall. I'm good at sports because I'm tall. You know, they've done that my whole life, and I am not. You know, when I was little, how many of you, by round of applause, how many of you guys played sports when you were younger, like in grade school? All right. The rest of you were smokers? Well, you know, I played. Of course I played. No grade school basketball teams complete without a tall, gangly, uncoordinated crybaby. No. Hey, Coach, it's me, Johnny. You want to put me in? No? Good eye, Coach. Good eye. I don't know how it worked at your school. At my school, you had to try out for the team you wanted to be on. You know, they had different levels of teams. Everybody wanted to be on the A team. A team had all the cool kids, all the star athletes, right? Then there was the B team. B team had a couple kids in wheelchairs, a bunch of blind kids, kid without a head. Yeah, he was blind too. I was on the C team. Yeah, our team name was Johnny and Phil. I wasn't even a starter. Parents signed me up for baseball. I didn't even like baseball. This is how bad I was at baseball. This is a true story. After one of the last games of the season, my dad took me out for ice cream to celebrate because I got walked. Any idea how pathetic that is? My dad's out there in the stands. Way to go, son. Way to stand there and cry. That's my boy over there with the batter's helmet on sideways, trying to look out the ear hole. Oh, he just fell down. All right. Get him some ice cream. All right. And in my defense, I know my problem was I was scared. Like, let's say here's home plate over here, okay? So I'd be standing super far away on purpose because I was so scared of actually, you know, getting hit by the T-ball. You gotta suck pretty bad to get walked in T-ball. Starting to think my dad might have pulled a few strings. Eventually, I did give up on sports after receiving many late-night phone calls. Beater, you suck. Quit the team or I'll beat the crap out of you. All right, thanks for the heads up, Coach.
And although there aren't very many famous manly men named Jeff, there are a few. There's Jeff Bridges from the movies and Jeffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us. Turns out that martial arts expert / movie star Jeff Speakman and I have a lot in common. His name is Jeff, and my name is Jeff. His birthday is November 8th, and my birthday is November 8th. He's a 9th degree black belt, and my name is Jeff. Have Have you ever run a Google search for your name and discovered that there are dozens, if not hundreds of people with your same first and last name leading more successful, fulfilling, and rewarding lives than you? If you run a search for my name, Jeff Shaw, I'm listed behind a real estate mogul named Jeff Shaw and a former Major League Baseball player named Jeff Shaw. But if you narrow the search to Jeff Shaw with the hair of Rod Stewart, the voice of Kristen Stewart, and the raw sex appeal of Martha Stewart, up pops my photograph. There used to be a baseball player named Jeff Shaw, and he pitched for my home team, the Cleveland Indians, in the 90s. And one time I was playing a comedy club, and I checked into the Motel 6, and the clerk said, "Hey, are you the Jeff Shaw who pitches for the Indians?" I said, "Yeah, that's me. How else could I afford to stay here?" I'll tell you what, I'll throw you a no-hitter on Saturday if you leave the light on for me. Another time I was playing a comedy club in Alabama. A guy approaches me between shows in the lobby and says, "Hey, Jeff, we've got a Jeff Shaw on morning radio here. Is he your brother?" I said, "Yes, our parents named us both Jeff so as not to confuse deep thinkers such as yourself. Come back tomorrow night, you can meet our sister, Jeff. She's the manly-looking Jeff in the family." Great thing about my voice and demeanor is I can be sarcastic and people know I'm joking. That is such a benefit when you're a comedian. I was in Starbucks recently and the barista said, "Can I have your name for the cup?" I said, "Jeff." And she said, "Is that Jeff with one F or Jeff with two Fs?" I said, "Two Fs." Good catch. I'd hate to see what would happen if you only wrote down one F. Skinny decaf latte for Jeff? Skinny decaf latte for Jeff? Oh, excuse me, miss. Are you saying Jeff? Or are you saying Jeff? Because I'm Jeff with two Fs, and it sounds like you're saying Jeff with one F, and I'd hate for there to be more than one Jeff with a disparate amount of Fs in his Jeff, both who ordered the same skinny decaf latte. She said, "There is something wrong with you." I said, "Is that you with one U or two U's?" More recently, I went to Starbucks and the kid said, "Can I have your name for the cup?" I said, "Yes. My name is Golden Globe award-winning actress Glenn Close." I figured he knew I was kidding until 5 minutes later I heard, "Skinny decaf latte for Golden Globe award-winning actress Glenn Close?" I said, "Dude, I was joking." He goes, "Oh, great, now you tell me. That was a really long name you made me write." I said, "Dude, I'm a comedian. My name is Jeff." He said, "Is that Jeff with one F or two Fs?"
Big scary man, my dad used to beat us. Did you guys get the beatings? Spanking, they call it, to get away with it. We were afraid of my dad when he turned around in the car and said, "Shut up! Don't make me come back there and separate you." I knew he was serious. I was back there by myself. My dad had a bad temper. Luckily, he found an outlet for his anger as my Little League baseball coach. Anyone have this experience in life? The coach. When your dad is the coach, you get to play positions you are highly unqualified to play. And if I made a mistake in the game, I get a speech in the car. You ever get that speech? What is wrong with you, boy? What do you want to be in life, a winner or a loser? I'm 5, Dad. I think I just peed on myself because you startled me. You want to use that for hunting?
2020 was crazy. I couldn't work anymore. All my gigs were gone. I couldn't travel. I had to get a job in my hometown. And we kept things open. I mean, it depends on what part of the country you were in. Some were loose, some were not. Like Utah, you guys really dealt with COVID. I live in Tennessee. We heard about it. But I had to get a job. I got a job in my hometown working with Parks and Rec. I was going to coach a Little League baseball. First day, they decided to put me with Coach's Pitch baseball. Coach's Pitch, it's one step above T-ball. You're working with 6-year-olds, and they needed me to pitch for one of the teams. And I was in the zone. Those kids couldn't hit a thing off me. Nobody was getting hits. Nobody was getting on base. I never played that good at 6. I'm crushing it as a full-grown adult. I'm getting parents and coaches getting mad at me, and now I'm getting mound visits on the best game of my life. They are very angry, like, hey, Mr. Pardon, this is Coach's Pitch. You need to go soft and underhand so these kids can get hits. Like, are you kidding me? Because I'm leading the league in strikeouts right now. Plus, we're short-staffed. What are you gonna do? Fire me? Yeah, they fired me right away.
So I'm a big sports fan, more than anything. I love sports. We got some Cougars fans in the room here. You guys get that? That was the name of my high school, so I'm going to tell myself you're cheering for my high school. We're all happy here. I like Cougars, good name. I don't like it when teams are Tigers, right? Because, hey, we don't have tigers in North America. There's no tigers. If you're going to be named after an animal, it should be indigenous. Really, half the teams in the country should be the deer. Everyone should just be the deer. We got a lot of deer. That'd be a great mascot, too. Halftime in the basketball game, 2 people in a deer costume. They go out to center court. Out of nowhere, a Ford 150 truck. Boom! But here's the inspirational part. The deer get up and run away. They're fine. Right. Yeah. Right. And the truck has $3,000 front-end collision damage, and the deer win by 20. So I'm a big sports fan. Big sport. We've had some good events lately. We had a good, it was a good Super Bowl, very dramatic. I'm a big football. I played football in college. I don't know if you know that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I played foosball in college. We had a great World Series last year. Now, I'm not from Chicago, but man, you can't beat that for drama. The Cubs, they hadn't won in 108 years. They get the World Series. It goes Game 7, extra innings, and they win it. I ran outside and flipped over my own car. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? I always watch the World Series. I love the World Series. Regular season, a little slow, you know? You ever go to a game? Any sport they hire an organ player to spike up the action with an organ player? Like the team owners, I'm worried we got some lulls. Hey, my uncle plays organ. We'll get him there, man. He knows everything. He knows that one. You know what he closes with? Baseball's got the weirdest legal problems, too. Like the 2 biggest players of my generation, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, they both had perjury trials, right? Now, I don't know anything about the law. I bet we do have some legal minds in the room. My understanding of perjury trials where they go, hey, you're on trial because last time you were on trial, you lied to us. Is that true?
A friend of mine recently broke his ankle playing hockey, and about 6 months ago, I broke my ankle playing basketball, but mine was really stupid because I was in an arcade playing that Pop-A-Shot game. Last time I played real basketball, I was guarding a guy who was a lot bigger than me. He was like pushing me around and shoving me. So like one time he was backing me down the court, I just kind of licked him. He didn't cross half court after that. I went fishing for the first time. My friends told me not to go there, like it's stupid, it's boring, you'll hate it. I went, I had a great time. I was catching fish like left and right, but the people at the aquarium were pissed. I think hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports because I'm a pretty good athlete, and I went to the batting cages the other day. It was pretty embarrassing. You get 30 pitches for $3. I get into the cage, 29 misses in a row. On the 30th pitch, I leaned in and took it in the chest. I'm getting on base.
Different world, isn't it? It is. It's a different world. And I'm at peace with the fact that I don't understand anything that goes on. We got all these wimpy kids now. They don't have a backbone like my generation did. No, they're wimpy. You can say, okay, here's the deal. I took my grandson to T-ball one year, and I'm standing behind the coach. And I'm looking, and I don't see a scoreboard. So I tapped the coach. I said, hey, coach, come here. I don't see a scoreboard anywhere around here. He goes, oh, Mr. Poole, we don't have a scoreboard in T-ball. Why not? It's a baseball game. Well, we don't want the kids to know they're losing because they'll feel bad about themselves. I said, Coach, my grandson can count. He's been in center field for an hour watching all these other kids run around the bases. I think he knows he's getting his butt kicked.
Real serious at the time that we're doing this thing here, but I like going to sporting games. It's just fun to talk to your friends. But the thing about baseball, though, that I don't like is that the managers wear the same uniforms as these world-class professional athletes. I just don't like that. You don't see it in other sports. I mean, you see the swim coach come out there in his Speedos, do you? And if you did, you'd call the cops, wouldn't you, friends, huh? Yes.
Now, I know this is the United States of America, right? We have the Second Amendment. Everybody has the right to bear arms, right? Second Amendment, everybody has the right to bear arms. But it really depends on what state you live in, how that happens, right? Because in California, we have the home invasion law. Somebody breaks into your house, you can legally shoot them. In Texas, it's called the home invitation law. You can actually invite people over to your house just to shoot them, but that's Texas. I think it's called Second Amendment Plus is what they have there now. But here's my theory on home defense. If you are a gun owner and you know how to use the gun, thank you. Thank you. The problem is I have male friends who buy weapons. They've never touched the gun before in their life. They've never fired it. But they believe in the middle of the night that gun is going to magically transform them into the Call of Duty legend they were born to be. Do you really believe when the moment of truth strikes, you're going to stagger out of bed in your tighty-whities, grab a weapon you've never fired before, shoot down the hallway, calm, cool, and collected with your perfect movie soundbite and go, shh, buenos noches, cupcake. I don't own a gun. If somebody breaks into my house and I hear, that's my spine and sphincter saying goodbye to each other. Now, for the record, I'm not anti-gun. I'm not anti-gun. I'm just pro-baseball bat. That's how I do it. Yes! Where are my baseball bat defenders of freedom out there? Absolutely! The baseball bat could be the perfect home defenseman because guess what? Any idiot in this room can swing a baseball bat because you don't have to be baseball good to defend your home, do you? No, you do not. You just have to be piñata good is all you have to be. As a matter of fact, the bigger spaz you are, the deadlier you appear. A gun is a dangerous weapon. You could handle a gun and accidentally shoot yourself, but no one has ever cleaned a baseball bat and accidentally beat themselves to death. And if that does happen, that's an acceptable loss.
I'm also a big sports fan. Any sports fans in the audience? Yeah, I'm a baseball fan. And I personally believe baseball is far too hard on its players. They won't let Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest hitters of all time, just because he took steroids. Look, football let Ray Lewis in their Hall of Fame, and he killed 2 people, okay? Like, I just made a joke about NFL Hall of Famers killing people, and OJ wasn't even the first person I mentioned. All right? Like, if you go to the NFL Hall of Fame and ask, hey, where's the murderer? They have to say, offense or defense? That's why if I ever meet a kicker in a bar, I'm staying away. I don't want to be part of the special teams representation. I'm not. Whenever I tell this joke, I always get pushback. And one of the things people say is, well, you know, it's not really fair because they're taking drugs to enhance their performance, which, as if the things athletes put in their body aren't supposed to enhance their performance. Like, I don't know if I'm the first one to tell you this, but no one's drinking whey protein for the taste. All right? There's no athlete out there who's like, whey. All I need are some curds and a tuffet to sit on, and I'll be set. It's not happening. I don't know. Maybe if you're chemically enhanced, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Maybe. Although I think I speak for all of us when I say I am glad the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does not have that same rule. That would turn into the Donny Osmond Museum real quick.
Where was I? Ah, yes, being very good at comedy. Now listen. Now, the divorce I am going through is... What? No. That's not why I'm doing that. I've just never said divorce to a group of people and everyone just went, ooh. It's not contagious. You can't catch it, brothers and sisters. You misgrabbed a... What just happened there? What happened behind me? Why are you laughing? What did I just do? You don't even know. Dear Diary, today in Provo, Utah, people laughed both with and at me at the same time. How good was the taping of my Dry Bar special? They laughed, and I legitimately do not know why. I so look forward to when this is released, and this moment inexplicably makes the edit. And I'll be able to find out why everyone laughed. I want you to know that these pants are tighter than I expected. And this might be where I live for the rest of the set. How was the taping? Oh, well, 2 of them did stand-up, and one of them, well, it was mostly stand-up, and then he looked like a baseball catcher just trying to figure out what that pitcher's trying to say. All right, I'm going to stand up now. If anything untoward presents itself, it's not my fault.
I gotta get something to eat after this. I saw there's a McDonald's nearby. The McDonald's sign is always weird to me because it says 99 billion served, but I looked it up and there's only 7.5 billion people on Earth, which means McDonald's food has killed 91.5 billion people. We love to eat in this country. I read a study that said Americans nowadays get more excited about eating than they do about intimacy. Someone's all on board for that. Who are you here with? No, the guy's out of it. No, that sounded crazy to me at first, that people like eating more than intimacy. Then I thought about it as reflecting the metaphors we use, you know, like kissing is first base, then fooling around is second and third base, and then going all the way is a home run. But 2 eggs, bacon, hash browns, and pancakes is a grand slam. A lot of Denny's fans here tonight. I asked a friend if he wanted to meet me at Denny's for dinner, and he goes, no, I haven't showered all day and I smell bad. I was like, have you been to Denny's before? Never stopped anyone from going. It's not a fancy place like Red Lobster.